The Sony XC705 is one of more affordable 4K HDR TVs. It's a solid choice if you want a new 4K TV experience without need to spend too much money on it. So today we're gonna look closer the 55-inch version of XC700. This smart TV has a classic Linux experience in Sony style, and in some ways it's still better than Android TV. If you don't need a big selection of apps, if you don't like Android gaming, it has slim frame design, and that's very good. If you're planning to mount this TV on the wall, the fine aluminum frame has narrow bezel which look nice. If you look down, the stand looks like it's made from metal, but it's sturdy and it looks like good quality stand covered with plastic. In the back of stand are integrated channels for cable management, so they are not visible from the front. The XC70 has a single classic Sony remote, which is okay for those who don't like minimalistic without numbers remotes. The remote has little buttons that open quick menus to easily change common settings, but of course it has big Netflix button. I wonder why power button isn't even smaller because of that Netflix. In terms of connection specs, it has 3 HDMI inputs and it still supports all type connections, so analog inputs, which is nice if you want to use some older devices. You can use Wi-Fi and Internet port for internet connection. In the 4K screen has edge LED lighting and has peak luminance of 370 nits. This specs is only for basic HDR effect and is far from perfect HDR. For that you need TV with at least 800 nits, but the clarity of picture is still very impressive. So that picture, it is sharp and free of noise when upscaling non-4K sources, and it has very good colors and contrast. So that contrast works very good in dark and bright lit rooms. The blacks are never properly black, but they are dark enough not to distract. But this works the best if HDR is disabled. If you still want HDR, you can lower screen brightness by a few steps. This will help to hide grayness. This TV supports game mode, so you can connect PC or PlayStation and you will have the best response time. That's because that this game mode enables a low input lag of 23 milliseconds, which is very good, but not the best. I think LG still has a record around 11-12 milliseconds. The virtual surround works great, but still lacks a true box style bass, like in all slim TVs nowadays. So if you want better sound, invest in soundbar if you want really good bass and explosions in movies. The Sony XT75 is a good smart TV with decent picture quality and better than average brightness. It has good colors and contrast, but unfortunately, though its HDR aren't very bright, and effect is limited by brightness overall. This TV still has support for older devices, which is a big plus if you have some old hardware. It is good for PC monitor, or if you want to connect Xbox or PlayStation, because it has low input lag. In the next videos, we will compare this Sony to some other TVs. So subscribe or comment if you have some questions.